The neon lights pulsed, a chaotic symphony of color against the inky black. This wasn't your average rhythm game, this was a deadly dance. A horrifying spectacle of sound and consequence. I, along with a handful of other unlucky souls, was trapped, forced to play a twisted version of Beatdown. The rules were simple, yet terrifyingly so. Step on the highlighted panels in perfect sync with the impossibly complex. Beat, or face elimination, a swift and brutal end. One wrong move, one missed beat, and the floor beneath you would give way, plunging you into the agonizing darkness below. The music began, a relentless barrage of bass drops and synthetic melodies. A sonic assault designed to break the will. The first few rounds were a deceptive ease, a cruel mockery of what was to come, a false sense of security. We danced, or rather, we desperately attempted to, our movements clumsy at first. Then slowly, hesitantly, becoming more fluid, as we sought to conquer the escalating difficulty. The panels lit up, a fleeting moment of guidance in the digital maelstrom. A brief respite from the impending doom. Each successful step brought a surge of adrenaline. A fleeting moment of triumph. A brief respite from the ever-present terror. But with each passing level, the tempo increased. The patterns became more intricate, weaving themselves into a tapestry of sound and movement. And the stakes, impossibly high, ratcheted up the tension. Then came the first casualty. A young woman, barely out of her teens, her face, etched with a mixture of terror and determination, missed a step. The panel vanished beneath her, and a scream, a raw and primal expression of fear, echoed through the arena. Before being swallowed by the relentless, unforgiving music, it was a stark reminder of the brutal reality we faced, a harsh truth etched in the digital dust. This wasn't a game, it was a fight for survival, a desperate struggle against the inevitable. Panic began to set in, a creeping dread that threatened to consume us all. The pressure mounted with every passing beat, every rapidly approaching step. The lights became a blur, a dizzying kaleidoscope of color. The music, a deafening roar that threatened to shatter our sanity. Doubt started creeping in, whispering insidious suggestions of failure, planting the seeds of despair. Another one gone. A burly man, who had seemed confident, his muscles bulging with a false sense of security, faltered. A missed beat, a slight hesitation, and another agonizing scream pierced the chaotic symphony. We were dropping like flies, victims of the unforgiving rhythm and the merciless game. Fear became a tangible thing, a cold hand gripping my heart, squeezing the life out of hope. I focused, forcing myself to concentrate, to shut out the screens, the chaos, and the growing despair. Breathe, feel the rhythm, let it course through my veins. Become one with the music, surrender to its power. But the patterns were relentless, a relentless torrent of auditory punishment, each sequence more complex, more demanding. The game seemed to revel in our fear, feeding off our desperation, the tempo accelerating, pushing us to our absolute limits, testing the very boundaries of human endurance. I managed to survive several rounds, somehow keeping pace, my body moving on autopilot, driven by a desperate instinct for survival, a primal urge to live. But the end was inevitable, a certainty lurking in the shadows. A complex sequence, a lightning-fast shift in the beat, a cruel twist of fate, and I stumbled, my foot missing its mark. Time seemed to slow, stretching into an eternity as I watched the panel disappear. The void opening beneath my feet, a gaping maw of nothingness. I braced for the fall, for the final, echoing scream, for the sweet release of oblivion. But then, a flash of white, a blinding light, and the world went dark. Then, nothing, the silence a stark reminder of the deadly game we played.